All right, hello everybody. For the first time ever, Tristan Folks is in Boston, Massachusetts. I am now going into New England. It's real. And we need to get on this silver line right now. Meanwhile, when I get on this silver line, it will be 1:28 p.m. And here's this beautiful audio from another Tristan's Pack member, and that is Max. Take a listen in.
Hey, what's up guys? This is Max's friend Tristan. Me and Tristan have been friends for a long time. We like all the same sports teams. That's pretty much how we got in close. But Tristan mentioned he was visiting the lovely city of Boston. I'm from the Northeast, so he asked me to give him a couple of recommendations. I gave him the recommendations. I don't know what orders he's doing these in, but he has 5 things to accomplish in a few hours. He has to go see a park and just hang out. He has to go to the Boston Harbor and drink some tea and tell a story of his choosing. He has to go to TD Garden, Family Arena North, as I like to call it. Then he has to go to Faneuil Hall Marketplace and get a bite to eat. I told him that's a great place to do while in Boston. And the last thing he has to do is go to Paul Revere's house and see what that's all about. Hope you guys enjoy the vlog. Like and subscribe. Go Bolts, go Bucks, go Raptors.
So that's Max. He has given us 5 things to do in Boston. Also, I'm waiting for the silver line, and it says no standing, so I slowly just walked my way over here. I don't see what's wrong with that, but I'm just going to stand to the side respectfully. So once we go on the silver line, that's when our time will start for the 3 hours. We have to be back here in 3 hours, so that's the scenario. So I'm excited. Didn't think I'd ever be doing this, but we have the time, so we're gonna run it up. $1:38 means $4:38. Oh, it's packed. This is wild for a bus. It's pretty dope, I'm not gonna lie. I feel nice and bougie in here. Don't know why, but I do. So yeah, we got the backpack just chilling right there, so we're gonna snooze. And then when we get out to downtown, we'll go run those 5 things up. We may go on a run. Well, we've made it. That's a little crowded for my liking. But anyways, we are going to run it up the downtown. We can do any of these things that we need to do in literally any order. We're gonna try to take in Boston. We're on limited time, respectfully, and that is because I'm only here on a layover. So I wanted to get at least a taste for New England in general and Boston, and I can say that I explored this city, and we can even say the state, arguably. I'm just trying to figure out how to get out of here. This isn't like a bad thing, but because some things in Boston are so big, it has made it a little difficult, or maybe it's just more me being lazy trying to figure out where I'm going, but we are getting out. Wow. I'll show you my first view once we get out of here. Just going up this. Oh, you got food trucks. We're not going to the food trucks, by the way, but here we are. All right, so we're gonna go figure out what in the world we're gonna go do. So I'm gonna have to look at the map. So I've made my first decision. We are going to go to Dunkin' Donuts, since I just realized that the headquarters is essentially here in Boston. So I think we can get some tea there. It counts. I looked up tea spots, and the tea spots are outside of downtown, so I figured maybe we'll get a couple donuts, get some tea, we'll go to the harbor, and I'll tell a story to y'all. Also today in Boston, there is a baseball game at Fenway Park. It's between the Cleveland Guardians and Boston Red Sox, obviously. So I've seen already a handful of people in their jerseys. So looks like it's gonna be a good day, whether you win or lose. I've never been to Fenway Park, obviously, as this is my first time in Boston, but I'm sure that would be a cool experience. But that's not for me today. That's pretty massive for a fire department, but that's also pretty sick. Here we go. It's one thing to get it. It's another thing to walk over and tell a story. All right, we have secured the tea. It's green tea. That's my personal tea. We also got a Boston cream donut, and then we also just got a normal glazed donut. So I would say this counts. Tea is tea. Maybe we'll dump some of this tea in the harbor coming up. That was a joke. I was wondering if Bruins fans were considering to do that after they traded Marshman away and just broke the whole team down, but they didn't go through with it. I would have supported it, honestly, but you know, it is what it is. We're gonna go get to the harbor. I'm gonna tell y'all a really good story. If you see off in the distance, that is the tower for the Boston Logan International Airport. I did not like it. It looks ridiculous. I stand by my word. I don't want to look at it anymore. I figured we couldn't really get a much better view than this. It's nice and comfortable. It's giving off those vibes pretty well, so I'm gonna have my tea to tell y'all a really good story. Based in Boston, by the way. I'm also gonna eat these donuts, so let's roll right into it, but I may want to have a bite first. Alright, so I'm gonna give y'all some story time. We're gonna spill some tea that was spilled a very long time ago. And once upon a time, it was the 2018 Stanley Cup playoffs, where the Tampa Bay Lightning were playing here against the Boston Bruins at TD Garden over there. And Ryan Callahan had a moment from Brad Marchand, and Ryan Callahan, he just wasn't really too happy about it, you know? I mean, if you get checked by a dirty player, as they say, you're probably going to do something back. So, you know, you just get shoved in the face. And Marchand, I don't know what he was thinking in the head, but his decided to just stick his tongue out and just start licking him. And one of the weirdest moments in NHL history happened in this city, and it was that moment, and it's on video, and he can never get away from that. Unfortunately, you can say Brad Marchand did get the last laugh, though. I feel I told more history than a story, but I did have to bring this back up. Hilarious moment. That is when Tampa beat Boston, and they ended up going to the conference finals against the Washington Capitals. And we all know how that ended, right? Ovi ended up winning his first Stanley Cup, the greatest goal scorer in NHL history. That story was more for Max, honestly, than the rest of y'all. I figured he'd get a really good kick out of that since he told me to tell a story, so I figured I'd tell a story that he needed to remember. You know what's worse about me just telling that story? The guy on the left sitting by me is wearing a Boston Bruins hat. We have a couple of things we can knock out, so what we're going for next is the Paul Revere house. as we go by this wonderful harbor. It's not too far, and then we're gonna try to knock out the TD Garden. So we're gonna get most of the walking out of the way. It is currently 2:39, so it's already been an hour. We've only done one thing, so I feel I'm letting Max down. But the Silver Line did not go very quick either. I thought it'd go a little quicker, but I'm not gonna complain. I do believe we can get everything done. So we just gotta do it. If we gotta go running, we'll go running. I just wanted to see the house. I can say we walked to the house, so that was the ultimate goal. There you have it. If you're gonna go check out where a legend lives, go check it out. 10:05:15 p.m. it said. We gotta run the TD Garden for obvious reasons. We may have to actually start jogging because when we got there it was 2:51. So we're going a little slow. I don't think that's on my doing. This is gonna be the furthest journey of the day, so we're gonna try to move with a purpose essentially. So let's get the TD Garden. Ladies and gentlemen, I saw it say TD Garden. I am moving with a purpose. Hi. Don't mind me just saying hello to the taxi driver. Well, this is pretty big. I don't know if you can see much. I can see the sign. We've made it. And there's a statue. I guarantee that's Bobby Orr. I guarantee it. Over, under. I'm placing the over. I told you I was right. Bobby Orr, May 10th, 1970, when he did his little dive. Quite the statue. I don't know if there's any more around, but it's pretty sick, even though I'm a Tampa fan. Pretty dope. Statue's pretty accurate too. Alright, that was pretty dope. I don't know if there's any ice in that arena yet. I know Tampa put their ice in their arena yesterday. So they are due to have some ice in that arena because hockey's back this month. Yahoo. And this is also where, as mentioned, Jason Tatum ended up hitting that buzzer beater. And if you want to secure some season tickets for the Bruins, there's your chance. I don't think they're making the playoffs, but if you want to go check them out, you can go check them out. All right, so the good news is we've achieved 3 out of 5. It is 3:08, meaning we have an hour and 20 minutes. I'm sure we will do all the objectives and get towards the airport. Are we gonna get to the airport in time? Not that I'm gonna miss my flight or anything. We're good on that. But are we going to miss the timeline that Max put together? We'll see. I'm gonna try not to though. All right, we're going to the big giant food court. So I came up with a plan. We're gonna get there. We're gonna find something to eat. And then afterwards, we're gonna take the food to the park. And that's how we are going to try to maximize time. I'm not running right now, but there's a chance that we're gonna have to run at one point for sure. So I'm gonna try to see what I like. I'm picky, but it looks like there's something for everyone here. So I'm looking forward to seeing what we get into. Overall, I think Boston's been pretty nice. Interesting for the summer. Maybe not as busy during the non-sports season of hockey, basketball, but it's pretty cool. Most people have been chilling, honestly. You do get the Boston impression about people, but so far I haven't seen like any red flags or anything. It's been all cool, honestly. All right, we are making our way inside this big food place. So I did just text Max, actually. I said, can we lower this 20 minutes at the park more towards 15? Adam Levine, shush for a sec. I like Adam Levine a lot, but to my point, I asked if we can make this 15 minutes because I honestly feel that Max overestimated. 20 minutes is quite a long time if you think about it. 15 is doable. I mean, anything's doable, but I think 20 minutes is a little much. So I did just send him a text. I'm trying to find how to get inside this place right now, but either way, we'll see what we get. Well, found something. It's an outdoor thing and you got the things all around. Okay, this makes a lot of sense. Ooh, chocolate chip cookies. We're not getting any, but I'm sure they're good. Let's see what we can get into. We need to make a decision fairly quickly, in my opinion. You got cornhole out here. Lots of good stuff, honestly. There's a Ben & Jerry's. Wow, this is pretty massive for Ben & Jerry's. We got here at 3:18, so an hour and 20 minutes. If we can find something good real quick, something we can grab to eat, it will probably be my last meal of the day before I get back on a plane. Oh, hold the phone. This is what Max probably meant. That's the spirit. All right, now I feel I'm inside something. Max did say we can make it 15 minutes, so I feel a lot better about that. That could be the hit or miss of getting on that bus early or missing the bus. All right, we're locked in on the mac and cheese. Get the mac and cheese, get out of here. All right, so we got the mac and cheese, passing by Boston Sports Shop right there. Anyways, I'm not sure if you saw that park that was by the harbor. It's currently 3:28, so we have an hour and 10 minutes. And I need to get to this thing. And we have to time it, essentially. So I'm trying to hurry up. Open the floor. In fact, we're almost there already. We just need to cross the street, get on some grass, and relax. It also means I need this traffic to help me out. Come on. Is there a red light? Alright, we gotta go. Alright, once I get in this grass, my timer will start. So I need to lock in here. I could have ran, but I'm not too concerned. So we're gonna find somewhere to relax. We're in the park officially, in my eyes. We even got benches and stuff. So it just hit 3:30, so 3:45 is my cue to go, meaning that will give us about, I want to say 52 minutes. No, 53 minutes to get from here all the way to there. Let's see if we do it, but we're gonna relax before we lock in here. I will give you a taste test real quick. I love it. Ooh, I love that aftertaste. This could be on the 10 level, so $15 for this mac and cheese. Pretty impressed. We gotta have a second bite and then I'll let you know what I think. That's a little messy. That may be a little messy, but yeah, it's definitely mac and cheese, especially how it should be. I love that aftertaste. I think I'll give it towards the 10. I'll let you know at the end. So I have my final decision. I'm gonna give it a 9 on the mac and cheese. Like I said, there's pretty much something in there for, I would say, everybody. So if you are in Boston and you're looking for food, go over to that food hall. I don't know what it's called because for some reason I just have never put in my memory, but I just knew where it was and looked at it on the map. So that's my TED Talk for you. So we got to stay around the park for 6 minutes. I'm gonna be looking for my escape route because it's time to get back to the airport here. I just need this timer to end. All right, 3:45. So we need to get back to the Silver Line if I'm not mistaken. So we just need to get a move on. It's different going in since I'm not coming from the airport, so that's gonna have to be something we figure out and make sure we don't set ourselves up for failure here. So alright, so we're essentially back where we started when we came out, so we're getting closer and closer. It's a little different when I go in here, so we're just gonna have to figure it out honestly, and hopefully we manage to do it efficiently. Alright, we've made it. It's 3:58. There is not much time left. 40 minutes to spare. We're indeed cutting it close. If it took us close to half an hour last time, I don't know what's gonna happen this time, so we just gotta pray for the best. Alright, good news. We got in. I'm not too sure how much the fare was. I'll check on my phone. $2.40. Not bad. Alright, we're here for the Silver Line, so SL1. And it even shows all the departures. Can you guess which one is mine? Hint. I don't think it's on there. I don't see it. We just need one of these buses to come through, so that's all we need. The second one's here, so I imagine that CL1 will be here next if the trend goes how it should. So we just gotta pray. 4:02, 36 minutes. I'm starting to lose some hope. Wait. Alright, we're on the bus. It is 4:05. We have 33 minutes to get from here to the airport. I hope it doesn't take that long. We do have to factor rush hour traffic coming up, and then any stops this bus has to make, so we're gonna see how close we get. I feel we're good, but 32 minutes now.
With the exception of international arrivals which arrive at Terminal E, ticket counters and gates are located on the second level.
Yes, we have done it. We have done it. 4:22. We made it by 17 minutes, so 2 hours and 43 minutes. I'm going to be honest, that was a really fun video. So I know other people like do these challenges, right? And you're like, it's fake. But when you're doing it, you do feel like the pressure if one thing goes wrong, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, nothing ended up going wrong. I thought we had a really good day. I'm gonna head back into the airport. This was a fun idea between Max and I, so I appreciate you, Max. I did your challenge, and it was a struggle to extent, but that 5 minutes that he took off may have been the difference maker. So anyways, I'm gonna get back in the airport. I just want to say thanks for watching. I had a great time exploring Boston, and I hope to see you soon. Take care, y'all.